All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to your Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with a quick lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and we're doing another walk and talk through the Spirit. Just going through a few headlines this morning. I saw a couple of them yesterday, but I couldn't tackle all of them. So through the Spirit, went through some headlines today just to see what's going on. And Spirit kind of guided me to touch on this whole Hurricane Helene, whatever you want to call it, which really Helen is just another variation of saying, Helene is another variation of saying Helen. All right, it goes back to the Greek Helen, all right, which that name Helen is where you get the story of the Trojan horse, Helen of Troy. All right, she was apparently the when you follow the story, all right, if my memory serves me correct, she was the wife of I think the king of Sparta, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so the whole Trojan thing, Trojan horse or whatever, goes back to that whole story. I'm gonna have to go back and refresh my memory on it or whatever. But it's very interesting that they'll use that name to call this destructive hurricane. All right, now some are saying that this has never happened in America in over 100 years. All right, the worst flooding that they've gotten in over 100 years. Some states, they say in over 300 years. All right, so this thing was very, very devastating. It's left millions of people without power, especially now, you can't really afford to do that, But this is the circumstance, this is the situation, this is where the current American life, all right, it is right now. It's just a time of misery all across the board. All right, and we're going to start off with a quick precept. All right, in 2nd Esdras. Hey, focus. Fuck wrong with you? The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, start off at verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." All right, and that's an end result of what you're starting to see right now with the whole port situation, right? Which we did a video on that yesterday. All right, and brother's been going into it. All right, it's almost like nobody's really talking about it except for us. But that's going to be the lingering effects, or the side effects of it is going to be all the way into 2025. All right, the economy is you're going to feel that heat. Inflation as it is, if it ain't that bad, guess what? It's really about to get 3-4 times, maybe even 10 times worse. Okay, because this is going to devastate everyone across the states. Really, everyone from different parts of the country, because they're saying that some of the ports will have to close down. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to be operational. If you have 80,000 people that work at these ports and 50,000 of them are just going to be on strike, you're leaving only 30,000. Now 30,000, they're going to run all the ports? No, they're not. Some of them going to be at, where they may be based at. Some might be in New York, some might be in Jersey, some might be in, Virginia, some might be in the Carolinas, right? So these people are going to all take time off, or they're going to be on strike. It's going to affect the rest who are going to still be at work, So the whole economy is about to take a major hit, okay? And this hit is not going to be one that they can recover from, all right? Hey, stay to my right. It's not something that, we just going to just wake up one day and everything is back in session. It's not going to be like that. This is it. All right, this is it. When this thing officially tomorrow, it's game over. We're going to be watching though. All right. So it says what? "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown; the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Right? And that lines up perfectly with Ecclesiastes. Let's get that real quick. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, it says, jump down just straight to the point. Verse 3, it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? Those who are in the stock market, right? Those who pay very close attention to the economy, right? Economists. You had J.P. Morgan. I believe they had a representative who said that this whole crisis, right? Because we're going into poly-crisis now, right? Multiple crises all at once, right? Black swan events, all these different things. So this is the beginning of it. They always got to start with the food. Always remember that. Esau, before he makes his move, he comes in with the food, and then he does away with your ability to speak against the powers that be, so-called, which is where they start labeling things as misinformation and conspiracy theories and all these different things, right? Hate speech, anti-Semitism, all these things are grouping up and coming up that very soon they're going to be able to use to stop people from having that free course of conversation. All right, free flow of information, of true information, I should say, right? So they're doing away with the food, okay? And it's going to lead to many different things that's going to be done away with. Ultimately, the freedoms of the people, okay? So Ecclesiastes 12:3 says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease," right? They say that the grinding or the grind shall come to a halt, or it's going to stop, okay? So the everyday working man and woman, all right, whether you're in a blue collar job or whether you're in a white collar job, this is going to affect you, okay? Because you could say, oh, I mean, I work with the tech industry. Well, guess what? The tech industry depends on the supplies so they could keep working, building their AI robots and all these different things. See, a few months ago, there was a Jake that he said he works in one of these Tesla companies, and they were on they kicked into overdrive with the hours that they were making people work. You know, he was saying that they were building these AI robots and all these different things. And he said they work in 12-hour shifts. Like, he's never seen no shit like that before. You know, and it led us to believe that, that means that they're prepping for something. You know, Elon Musk and them, they are prepping for something that the majority of people don't even know or are even aware of. You know, so I was like, man, shit. You know, we've been saying, get your shit together, but now it's like, we're here. Get your shit together is not no more get your shit together. It's more like be prepared. You know, whatever you had planned, now it's time to see where your planning is going to get you. You know? So it says, when the grinding shall cease, right? Or it says, when the grinding is low, and he shall, Slakia. When the grinding shall cease, going back to Ecclesiastes 12:3, and the grinders cease because they are few. See? So now, you got what? Like I said, 50,000 out of 80,000 is going to be left with only 30,000, right? And that's not enough to sustain an economy, right? Or ports that manufacture 68. More than half of America's economy runs on these people doing their jobs. You know, so that's going to be a problem. That's a huge problem. Gas prices going to go up. You know what I'm saying? Goods and services, like they say, is going to go like haywire. You know, this says starting Tuesday, which is tomorrow, grocery stores are going to start feeling the heat, because remember, it's all about on-time delivery. All right, in-time delivery, what they call it, right? On-time delivery is like they don't really stock anything back. So whatever they're delivering is what they put on the shelves. You know, they're not holding anything up like, we have a storehouse that can hold this and that. Nah, whatever you're getting is what they have. So if they don't have it, they literally don't have it. That's what they mean by that. You know, unless they get another shipment that comes in, you ain't getting nothing. Okay? It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right? So there is no hope. Right? They're looking out in the future forecast, and they're like, nah, it doesn't look right. This company is going to take a hit. You know, BJ's might take a hit of billions of dollars a day. You know, the grocery stores, ShopRite, Stop and Shop. You know, what are the other ones? Up here we got Market 32. You know, Price Chopper. All these different grocery stores that people will go to, they're going to take a hit. Now, you have that going on, okay? Now, check this out. Let's read this real quick, all right? This is another thing, because we're going into what? Poly-Cry-Sis, right? So we read 2 Ezra 6, and 22, where suddenly the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? So we're leading into that. Cool? All right, now let's jump to verse 23 in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. Let's go. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid, right? So you're going to hear these sirens. You're going to hear these nuclear EBS, what's that, emergency broadcast systems going off. It's going to start becoming frequent, okay? The alarms that Esau is about to start sounding is going to leave people very afraid and helpless. Like, oh, what are we going to do? You know, like, yo, they laid this person off. Oh, this person got fired. Mad people about to get laid off. It's going to be a very miserable summer. It's going to be a miserable rest of the year. You know, just looking at things based on the patterns that they've had in the past and how all these things are happening and lining up like that, that's going to be the side effect of it. You know, when there's no jobs, there's no jobs. Okay? Ain't no workers. They're not just going to give you 8 hours just to come sit around and do nothing. No. You know? So a lot of people are going to be affected by this. All right? It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Okay? Because when, like the old saying, it says what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Right? So whenever you get to a point where, you know, there's scarcity, people become desperate. Right? You go into a long line, right? Just for gas. You know what I'm saying? Every gas station is packed with mad cars. Everyone is trying to get some gas so they could get ready for their holiday season. Nah, you ain't gonna get it this year, right? You got this Thanksgiving coming up soon, right? You're gonna have families getting together. This year they might not have the huge extravagant parties like they normally would do. You know, the family get-togethers and all that, they might not even do that this year. Why? Because everything is expensive. All year long, when you go grocery shopping, it's nothing for you to go to a store and spend over $300 on 10, 15 items. It's nothing. It's nothing. You know, because we do it all the time. You go to the store, you be like, yo, damn, what the fuck? Like, shit. But these are things that you need. You know? You need food. You need things that you... Not even clothing. You're not even buying... I mean, I don't remember last time I even went shopping to buy a new pair of clothes or sneakers. Or I don't remember doing that. I don't remember the last time I did that. You know? You just worried about making your rent. You know, if you have a car note, which is another scam, they got that, insurance, all these different things. All of a sudden, everything is... The prices went up. Everything is being jacked up. You know? Things that you normally wouldn't even think would be that expensive. Boy, what's up? Focus. Right? Things that you wouldn't even think would be affected by all these things. Yo, everyone, everywhere you go. And then they just say, oh, the economy. You know? Oh, the inflation. Oh, the inflation. So now guess what? The next crisis, they're gonna blame it on, oh, the strike. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. All right? It's a done deal. It says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation, and at the end, it says, and the end of your world. Beautiful, right? So this is another major sign, all right, of the end of this current age, this current world, this current system. If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. You know, if you can't see that this is the end, I don't know what to tell you. You know, especially when all these things are happening and lining up like that. That's the crazy part. You know, and you still got Jake. They have no clue this is even happening. That's why it's going to happen suddenly to those who are not watching. You know, we could finally see that, yeah, this is going to happen suddenly because, yeah, the news is not saying it. Social media is not really blowing making a big deal out of it. So, you know, people don't really take too, they don't take this shit too serious, right? Until it hits their front door, you know, their doorstep. And like I said, typically when things hit your doorstep is when you get caught off guard. That's what that means. Okay, when somebody rings your doorbell and you're not expecting it, what happens? You jump up. You're like, what the fuck? Who's that? You know, you go check, make sure everything is good. You know, you're like, oh, who's that? Especially at a certain time. You're like, oh, what's going on? You know, and if somebody's out there, oh, it's delivery or whatever. You be like, delivery? I ain't ask for no. You check who's it. You know, And if it's somebody you didn't even invite or you don't know anything about, you're not even gonna probably open the door. You know? But this leads me to what we started off with the whole flooding, right? It says here, Helene brings worst flooding in over 100 years across the South. Death toll continues to climb. Okay? Death toll continues to climb. It says rescue missions are underway across the U.S. South as the region reels from historic flooding caused by Hurricane Helene, which has killed at least 52 people and knocked out power to millions, putting stress on aging dams and leaving behind potential losses of more than $100 billion. All right? Aging dams. So, so imagine some type of what's that shit that happened? Katrina. Imagine a Katrina times 5 in this time that we're living in, where things are a lot more fragile. A lot of Americans are very insecure. Hey, slow down. You know, they're very insecure. How you doing? Focus, focus, focus. Come here. You know, a lot of Americans are, you know, very, very insecure about the economy. No one has faith in what's going on right now. The whole credit system, they're saying credit card bills is at an all-time high. Americans are just in debt. They're already at the bottom. And then you couple this to that, man, it's game over, bro. All that pride, all the foolishness, all the careless behavior, right? It's coming to a halt. You know, all that I'm gonna just do whatever the hell I want to do because I'm American. You know, the reality is setting in. You know, believing that your government got it. Oh, they're gonna take care of the experts this and the experts that. Well, it's coming to a head. You know, it's coming to a head, man. You know what I mean? They said dams and all that. Shit. Let's continue. It says water rescues were reported Saturday in northern Tennessee and in North Carolina, which saw nearly 31 inches of rainfall from Helene in some places, according to the Weather Prediction Center. The current maximum recorded anywhere. Wow, 31 inches? Yo, if you have 31 inches of snow, that's a lot. That's a lot. 31 inches of rain? Yo, that's flooding. There was another article I saw where they said, that, yo, man, this is crazy. I've been seeing a lot of this shit lately. Like tents and shit, you know? How you doing? You know? Let me see if I can show you. You see that? There's been a lot of this lately. You know, where people just have tents like in corners and shit. And it's gonna be the reality for a lot of people very soon because, you know, rent is going up and up and up and up every month, right? Trying to buy a house now, forget about it, you ain't buying shit. All right, especially up here in New York, you're not getting that, right? Rent is at an all-time high. People are not really buying no houses. The only thing they could do is just try to see if they could get like a 1 bedroom, you know, 1 bedroom, and like they'll say, oh, $800 for 1 bedroom. It's like four bedroom house, but it's shared by 4 different tenants, right? That's just how it is now, you know. So the situation, man, is very gloomy, right? So I've been seeing a lot of that lately. You know, you be walking on the trail around the park somewhere, you see somebody homeless, just in a tent somewhere quietly by themselves, and winter is coming. You know, how many people are gonna be able to sustain like that? I believe out there in Oakland and certain parts in Cali, right? You got all these young women dressed scantily clad, basically prostitution. They're on the side of the streets, to the corners of the streets, you know, waving at niggas and shit like, yo, you gonna pick me up? They got their ass out, legs, knees, everything out, you know? And I'm like, yo, this is it. You know, rise up, you careless daughters. You know, these lot lizards, that's what they call them. You know, they be in the parking lots, you know, looking for some looking for some bread. You know, they'll give up some cheeks for some bread. That's where we at. You know, a lot of these women are desperate now. You know, men don't want to be going out with women no more. So now a lot of these women are desperate, especially this time of the year, the fall into the winter. That's when they need that companionship, because the days are shorter, the nights are longer, and it's colder. You know what I'm saying? You by yourself like that, it's not fun. It's lonely. You know, these women are lonely as hell. And they forget that they're not meant to be lonely. See, men, we could be alone. And we'll thrive. We'll be just fine. As a matter of fact, we do better sometimes when we're alone. You know, every now and again, of course, you gotta, you know, have your avenues of relief and so on and so forth, right? But for the most part, when you're alone, you function much better. You hit, you know, you're firing on all cylinders, so to speak. You know what I mean? You have a structured life. You have a certain way of living, and it works. It's effective. You know, because remember, the Lord created man first, and then he said, no, you know what? It's not good for man to be alone. He didn't say man can't be alone. He says it's not good for man to be alone. So he gave him a helpmeet, right? So that the helpmeet could do the things that you don't have to do, right? The cooking, the cleaning, the little shit like that could save you some time to focus on other things. You know, like serving the Lord. You know, taking care of the Lord's creation. You know, what he told Adam. You know? So we are built to be alone. You know, if you have a group of men, you have order. You know, you have a system that's going to function properly. Compared to a group of women, it's going to be disarray. It's going to be chaos. You know what I'm saying? So we're coming into those times where women are desperately looking for men, real men. You know, who's going to hold them down and anchor them, to guide them, show them where to go, how to do it, and so on and so forth. Women are desperate. You know, it's nothing for a woman, man, look, there's nothing for a woman. You meet her today, and tomorrow she's inviting you over to come hit it. You be like, damn, like, first night? Like, yeah, first night. She want to make sure that she hooking you up. You know, she embracing you in a different manner. She trying to lock you in. You know? But that ain't gonna work. Talking about settle down. Fuck out of here. Settle down. You know? We ain't settling. Men of the Lord, we ain't settling for shit. Alright? Because only the dregs, alright, settle. When you settle, that means you're at the bottom. Right? You have dirt and you put it in water and you shake the bottle. Alright, the dirt eventually is gonna settle at the bottom of the bottle. You know what I'm saying? So when these people use the words or a phrase settle down, they're really trying to say, you know, come to the bottom. You know, be at the bottom. Come elevate me as the woman. You should settle down. Like, nah, we ain't selling shit. Alright? We ain't selling for nothing. Okay? It's the Most High's way or it's the highway. And that's it. Alright, it's the Most High's way or no way, I should say. You know? And that's just what it is. But going back to this, right? It says, back to the article, it says, search and rescue teams from 19 other states have deployed to North Carolina, so far helping to rescue more than 200 people from Helene's floodwaters. Okay? So yeah, you got hit with a hurricane. It doesn't stop there. You also got hit with the flooding that comes after the hurricane. Right? So it's a cause, and then you have the effect. The cause is a problem, the effect is even a worse problem. You see? The cause is a problem, the effect is even worse. You know? And typically, this kind of cause and effect you don't normally see. So it's more like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. 100 years, most people don't even live to 100 years. So if it's the worst flooding in 100 years, most people in this generation that we're living in right now haven't even seen this before. You know, this Gen Z and all these people, millennials and all that, they haven't seen this type of shit before. You know, if you were born before, in this case, let's see, we're in 2024. So if you were born later than the year 1924 or 1930, you haven't seen nothing like this before. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen nothing like this before. So that's something new. You know, remember the Lord says a time like never before, right? Great perplexity upon the nations. Oh man, beautiful times we're entering into, man. Because you were warned. Ezekiel 3:17, we gave the warning. when everything seemed peaceful, we were out here giving all this dire warning. Everybody said, why you guys are always down, and you guys are always party poopers, and you always got something to say about everything we do, like, damn, like, da-da-da. Here we are. All right. It says, quote, "This is a historic and catastrophic storm for Western North Carolina, and I'm grateful to first responders working right now to save lives and evacuate residents," Governor Roy Cooper said in a statement. Efforts are also underway to get power and communications restored, and we're bringing in needed supplies by air. Now check this. How many times, stay focused. Focus. I said focus. Okay. Over here. Keep walking. Right? How many times have we seen some type of natural disaster or something happen to a state, and then what do? Oh, this is overwhelming. We can't take care of it. The Fed has to step in. The federal government needs to do something about this. So you got this hurricane thing going on, the storm, and then on top of that, you got the supplies. Now, people who are down and under right now, they need electricity, they need communications, right? They need shelter, right? Who do you think is appropriate to step in to help this kind of situation when there's no supplies coming in? They're gonna have to tap onto FEMA, okay? FEMA will have to step in. So if a state declares a national emergency because of the strike on the supply chain, right? That could cause a state of emergency, right? You have this flooding thing that happened. That could also cause a state of emergency. Okay, now you couple that if the dams, right? They're saying the dams are old and all this. They also collapse based on all this pressure. What happens then? That's a complete state of emergency. Okay, and FEMA will have to step in to assist. Okay, we know what that's gonna be like, right? It's gonna be mad cold very soon. It already started getting cold. You know, it's in the 50s right now. You know, typically around this time of the year, you get like lower 70s, you know, 65 around there. You know, now we're in the 50s. At night, it drops to like the 40s. You know, up here in the Northeast. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's just not looking good. It's not looking good at all. All right, it's not good at all. You know, passing by a building, they got the American flag that says "God bless America." This is over. You know, guess what? God cursed America. America's cursed. America is done. All right, you're not going to get out of this one. All right. So continuing, it says from Indiana to Florida. Right, so from Midwest all the way down to Southeast, okay? Indiana to Florida, more than 3.2, of course the numbers, right? 3.2, right? 3 times 2 is what, 6. 3.2 million customers are without power, right? That's a lot of people without power, man, okay? With South Carolina accounting for about 31% according to PowerOutages.com, okay? So, you know, brothers and sisters that might be in that area, I know the Elder Minaj Zagba be out there. All right, the Lord is going to protect them. You know, men of valor. We got brothers that are being in the Carolinas as well. All right, so you got the servants of the Lord. We gonna be good. All right, it's nothing for the Lord. He did it in Egypt, right? And he did it. He's already done it multiple times, where he brings calamity, all right, and stress to those around us, and he always has a hedge of protection over us. You know, as a matter of fact, let's get this real quick. All right, well, man, look, the times that we're coming in, that's when you're really going to see the power of the Lord. You know, we've been saying it. We've been calling his name and putting his name out there. And the world is now like, yo, these guys are always saying Yeshua or Yehoshua or whatever. Nah, we saying Yahushai. Okay, we saying Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. And there's a reason for that name. If you're not of the elect, you're not going to get that name. You know, you got this lady that was, I seen a video Elder Minaj Zagba did, and also the Apostle Hall also did, all right, about some chick, Jake chick talking about, all these names are not nowhere in the Bible because you're not of the elect. That's why that name don't mean nothing to you. You can never even pronounce that name. You know, for us, when we heard that name, it sounded perfect in our mind. We say, yup, that's the name. Like, ain't no debate. Well, how do we come up to that name? There's nowhere in the Bible. Nah, The fact that it's not in the Bible shows us that that's the name, because the Lord said he's going to take all that away from us. So we didn't know that name, you know? And then when we find, it's like, how do we get that name? Where do we, nah, it's nowhere in the Bible. Because I remember the first time I heard Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, I said, yo, that's the name of the Lord. Right then and there. You know, I remember getting goosebumps. I said, yo, I found the name of the Lord. You know, because, and I said to myself, I've never seen this name anywhere before in my life. You know? So to me, instantly, I said, yo, that's the name of the Lord. Because if it wasn't the name, it would be a common thing that everyone could use. But deep down in my mind, I said, yo, Lord, your name is so sacred, not everyone should know your name, except for those that are special to you. You know? And I remember every time I pray, I'll say, Father, Lord. I said, Lord, the one thing that I need is your name. I just need your true name. And the Lord he gave me his true name. He gave us his true name. And I believed it 100%. Boom, right then and there, I said, that's the name of the Lord. No questions, no, but how do we come up to this? Because when I read Proverbs 30:4, and I sit there and I'm stuck, I'm saying, well, his name can't be Jesus or God, because everybody knows that name. These motherfuckers be cursing that name out every day. It comes out of the filthy mouths of all these wicked ass people. It can't be the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We were in the churches, they was teaching all these lies in the name of God and Jesus Christ. That can't be the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So that name gotta be something different. So I see, oh, Yahweh. I said, yo, that's not even English. That's not any language that we have that we're used to, French or German. That's not, it's Hebrew. I said, nah, that's the name of the Lord. Hebrew. I said, nah, that's Yahweh. I said, that's the name of the Lord. It has to be. You know, it just sounded right in my mind. I was like, yo, that's the name of the Lord. You know, Yahweh. You know, and Yahweh Shai. Man, look, now we're about to start seeing that power, that name. Those names really, really show and exhort that power that we've been talking about, man. You know, like, woo. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's coming. All right, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, let me get this real quick. Let me get that real quick. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 91 and verse 10. It says, how you doing? It says, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. All right, so if you serve the Lord in truth and sincerity, like, yo, bros, go out. Bros, we do videos. Yo, mad videos. Like, you serving the Lord OD. Like, you on overdrive. You think when you call upon the Lord, he's not going to answer you? Come on, man. Come on, man. If you didn't have faith in the Lord, you think you're going to be pushing overdrive videos? Like, yo, brothers be pushing videos, bro. Videos, edifying, not just, oh, we just doing videos just to do. Nah, the Spirit be on brothers to just bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. You know, according to a portion of your spirit, the Lord just put the Spirit on you, and then you just keep pumping them videos out. And we watch it and we edify. Brothers do so many videos, we can't even keep up. You know, from the apostles, the bishops, the elder brothers, all throughout. High, low, medium, whatever the case may be, you know, you can't keep up, man. You can't possibly watch all the videos like that. It's impossible. You know? So whatever the Spirit hops on you to watch, you watch. Get edified and you move on. You know? But we in those times where those of us who serve the Lord, right, there's a time where things will switch, where calling upon the Lord is going to just result in just high level energy coming through, you know, spiritual power, healing, you know, being able to have foresight. Wait, hold up, wait up, there we go. You know, having that spiritual foresight to see things before they happen, you know, understand what you're going through, like, oh, this is that. You know, the Lord is going to do all that for us. You know, meeting people that are going to be, you know, the Lord is going to put a Spirit on them to help us out in the time of distress, right? You know, you might find yourself in a jam, and you might think, oh, shit is over. The Lord sent an angel in a human form and come help you out. You know, randomly, out of nowhere, you just might be in a store somewhere thinking, damn, like, shit, what am I going to do? You're probably in your thoughts. The Lord sent an angel, randomly start talking to you. And then you look right, you look left, person is gone, he disappeared. You're like, yo, that was crazy. You know, you might be the only one who might be able to even see that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, walk, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? But you're gonna be able to see all that, you know? Yeah. But again, the point is what? That with all these plagues that's coming, the Lord's gonna protect his men, his women, his children, those who are the elect, you know? Because we knew this was gonna come, because we believe everything we read in the scriptures. And we pray that the Lord will give us that protection when the time comes. So when the time comes, we call upon him. He's going to be like, yep, I have you right here. Boom, yep, checked off. Angels, go protect, go deliver, go serve. You know, go administer unto them. You know, that family right there, yep, go take care of them. You know, put a shield over them. You know what I'm saying? So continuing, going back to the article, it says, the remnants of Helene, which made landfall as a Category 4 storm in Florida, were last tracked about 135 miles west-southwest of Louisville, Kentucky, early Saturday, as they were being absorbed into a larger weather pattern. Oh shit. You know, and like I said, I believe yesterday, another hurricane that's brewing in the Gulf of Mexico. You know, they saying that shit has like 3 different hurricanes that's all coming into one, some weird shit. I say, yo, if this is not the end, I don't know what is. Like things that's never been seen before. That's why it tells you in, I believe, Isaiah, where it says men's hearts failing them for the things that they're going to be witnessing, things that's going to be happening upon the face of the earth. A lot of people going to be like, yo, I can't do this anymore. It's like nonstop, man. One day is this, the next day is that, the next day is this, and it's like, yo, what's going on? The Lord's gonna get your attention, and once he gets your attention, he crushes your spirit, you know, because he's gonna make you hopeless. Like, you can't do nothing with this. The government is telling you, listen, there's nothing we could do. We're out of resources. We can't do shit for you. We can only hope, you know. But everything, you're gonna have to fend for yourselves at this point, you know. And let Kamala come in, man. You think Biden ain't do nothing for you? Kamala's. Man. Anyway, continue, says, though parts of North Carolina were hit especially hard, the larger area across Georgia and South Carolina also got anywhere from 11 inches to 14 inches of rain before Helene dissipated. Brian Hurley, a senior branch forecaster with the U.S. Weather Prediction Center, said in an interview. Okay? Yeah, it is what it is. You know, it has been more than 100 years since the region was hit by flooding this severe, Hurley said. For some of those, see that? 100 years, bro. 100 years? This is like legit the plagues of Egypt right here. We're living in those times, you know? So it says, for some of those areas, you have to go back, no doubt, over 100 years. For some, it could be into the 300-year range. You see? So, man, look, bro. All right? He said these were going to happen. Right? He says he's going to send the plagues upon this place. All right? Calamity. Let's see if we can get that real quick. So now the next thing in prophecy, we're going to start seeing a whole lot more violence. The Egyptian against the Egyptians. That's going basically the Republicans versus the Democrats. Okay, both of them are Egyptians, but they're split on both sides, you know, through their so-called political affiliations. You know, just like in the Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and the patricians. This time around, you have the Republicans and the Democrats. Okay, and I believe in the UK, they got the House of Lords and the House of Commons. You know. Which is basically the same thing as the plebes and the patricians. The patricians being the higher ups in society, and the plebeians being the lower ones, the ones who work, you know, for hire, so-called, right? So that's what you're seeing now. You know, that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing that division being brewed up. You know, everywhere you go, there's some form of division. People don't like each other. People got beef with each other. You know, men against women, men against men, women against women, for whatever reason. Stupid ass reasons too. To my right. Hey, to my right. Stop. Wait up. Wait up. Wait up. Shalaka got a bunch of kids coming around. Gotta hold this boy. You know? But we're seeing that right now. You know, nowadays I noticed too that A lot of people don't have that human to human connection anymore. So they just pass by. How you doing? How you doing? You know, you pass by and everyone is just like looking at each other like, what's up? Everyone is very weary of each other. You know, it's just weird energy. I walk past people all the time. You know, just nod your head and just keep moving. You know, but there's certain people, especially the Edomites, Edomites, boy, you know, they're just be looking down, they're looking away, like they look at you like, what's up? And then they just walk away like, it's just crazy, you know, but this is all end time prophecies, man. You know, the division of this country, you know, and people could, I was talking to a customer the other day, and they were saying like, yo, at some point, everyone is going to have to face the reality. You got so-called face the music, you know, all this like dilly-dallying and shit like that. Guess what? Wintertime, you don't have the distractions like that. You know, a lot of sports, you know, outdoor sports are now transitioned to indoor sports. You know what I'm saying? So you have, and that's a trick. You know, the sporting world is designed to keep you distracted at all times. Every season, every month of the year, you got some type of sports going on, right? In the summertime, right, fall into the summer, into the late, early winter time, you got football, right? That's a huge distraction. That's sports. During that same time, you know, late fall into all the way into spring, into pretty much late spring, early summer, you got basketball, you know, and then from spring all the way to like the fall, you got baseball, and then you got soccer in between throughout. You know what I mean? You got golf during the summertime, you got the racing shit, horses and all that during the summertime. So they always got something going on. You know, they always got something going on. And that's to keep the people distracted. What's that? Bread and circuses, right? So it's either you have indoor sports or outdoor sports, but regardless, you're gonna get your distraction. A nice dose of distraction. You know, all these stupid ass storylines that they got going on, you know, it's not even the same. You know, I used to watch sports all the time. Now I don't be watching no more because it's not the same. You know, everything feels like plotted and planned. It's like, it's not real. It doesn't feel organic. It just feels like, you know, planned entertainment. Storylines are made up. You know, you got basketball players going at each other, just a made up storyline. But meanwhile, they partying on the same boat the very next summer. They're all having a good time. They're all chilling, but yet they want us to believe that they don't like each other. Same thing with politics. You know, Biden, Trump, and them, they meet each other, you know, for different occasions. They chill, they're talking, they're laughing, they're shaking hands, drinking together, sitting together, you know, but yet they come on and say, oh, this person said this, and no, that, you know, it's like, whatever, bro. You know, it's all theater. That's what happens on the stage, you know, it's acting, you know, acting. But yeah, so going back to 2nd Ezra 15, boy, let's go. 2nd Ezra 15, start off at 1, all right, start off at 1, all right, because we are in the time of these prophecies, okay, the time of 2nd Ezra, all right, the time of Matthew, Mark, Luke, all right, going into the events that befall this place and pretty much around the world. But Babylon gets it the worst, you know, Babylon gets it the worst, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep reading. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, start off at 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Okay, and the Lord's people are the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, who make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and those who are scattered all throughout the world. Okay, so you might be looking like a Chinese person, right? But your ancestors go back to our ancestors. You are a child of the Most High, because remember, during the transatlantic slave trade and prior to that, you had a lot of dispersion going on. Okay, when you actually go back into ancient history, and that's one thing they don't want Jake to know, all right, which is their history, their true nationality, right? But only the elect really going to receive it, so it doesn't really matter. But when you actually trace the lines and you go back into history, true history, you find out that all these things that's happening now is not by coincidence. You know, why are we not in the land of Israel, but the Jays are over there, right? Who they converted to Judaism, right? The Khazars who converted to Judaism back in the 7th, 8th century, 6th, 7th, 8th century, around there, you know? So we it's all like, all the fraudulent schemes is all coming out. You know, it's all coming out. It's all their empire of lies is all coming crashing down, you know, by way of this truth. Okay, so the Lord said to speak in the ears of his people the words of what? Prophecy. Okay, why? Because the prophecies at this point as they stand is all talking about warnings of what's to come. All right, and we all know that what's to come is not what the churches will teach you, that is peace and God loves everyone, he's going to come save everyone. No. You know, the so-called Great Tribulation, well, we're in that time. Okay, we're in that time, and it's only going to intensify, and that's when people are going to really be like, oh shit, a time like never before indeed. All right, so continue, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right, so that way we can come back in this time and read it, Romans 15:4. Read these things that are written in paper and say, oh, this was written thousands of years ago, but look, it's happening now. You see? So we can understand it and say, oh, so this is not by coincidence. This is all part of the signs that the Lord gave us to know when before his return comes, right? The day of his return, he's going to give us signs. And it's only for the elect, you know? So only the elect going to see those signs and understand it for what they are and do something about it. You know? Repent, you know? Turn your ways back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, knowing that that's the only way out, you know? And fulfilling your duties, if you're a man, woman, or child, and serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to the best of your ability. That's it. It's just that simple, you know? But again, it's just a spirit that's only given to the elect. So, you know, it is what it is, right? So going back to it, it says in verse 3, boy, let's go. Verse 3, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So we already know, as the Lord told Ezekiel, right? Told him a similar thing, that that the Lord said he's going to make our foreheads hard against their foreheads. You know, like the flintstone. You know, these niggas is hard-headed, bro. They don't hear nothing. They don't understand shit. They don't want to understand shit. You know, everything that's good that you bring to them, they look at it as evil. You know, and the evil, they delve right into it. Look how they talk and treat so-called celebrities who are nothing but wicked ass, sold out ass niggas, man. You got the Boulets, you got the Masons, you got the whatever. All these so-called secret societies, which they don't mean shit. All right, at the end of the day, it's all a bunch of deception. All right, deception, and wickedness. It's all coming out now. You know, this whole Diddy thing, whatever. Again, distractions, but it's all coming out. The stars of heaven are falling. You know, and that's a sign of America's destruction. All right, when your secrecy is being exposed like that, was that Isaiah 47? You know you at the end, man. All right, the things that made you run is being exposed like that. Nobody believes it anymore. You're done. All right, you're done, because America runs on deception. And when the lies are being exposed like that, you're done. Okay, she's done. She up out of there. All right, so continuing. All right, we're about to close it out soon. All right, continuing verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So we're not worried about those who don't believe, right? Romans 3:3 says, so what if some do not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Right? Most High forbid, because the prophecy said they all gonna die. So just because you don't believe, that don't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hurricane Helene just came in. And those people who, yo, you gotta evacuate, this thing's coming, you gotta evacuate. Some of them didn't listen. They stayed in their houses. What happened? The whole shit got fucked up, and some of them even died. Okay? Your car is gone, your house is underwater. You know, your life will never be the same, because you don't got it like that to even go do something about it. Oh, I'm gonna just, you know, replenish all this. You know? And now the government, something that I've noticed that they started doing is, a lot of these houses that, you know, you might be like, oh, I'm gonna just, something little happens, so I'm gonna just fix it up and do whatever. Nah, Esau now came out with some new shit about something known as being up to code or whatever, right? So now it's forcing people to spend over $100,000 just to redo their houses to meet the code now, the standard now, you know, which is all fucked up, because you got houses that are perfectly fine, but Esau says, yo, oh, you trying to fix what in your house? Oh, well, guess what? You can't even do that because your house is not up to code. So in order to actually fix that little shit that you got, your stairs is messed up, you want to buy some wood to go fix it? Oh, well, guess what? Your house is not even up to code. So you're gonna have to redo that whole house. You know what I'm saying? To meet the code, or else. So a lot of people are spending mad bread. People redoing their houses and shit. I said, yo, what's going on? A lot of houses are being redone. Some of them not too well. They're just doing it just to meet the code, you know. But that's Esau's another way of draining people with little shit like that. You know, you think now with the economy how it is the time to be building new houses? Come on, bro. You know, everything is mad expensive. Parts are very expensive. And now it's going to get worse with this whole strike thing that's coming. You know, so that's a beautiful thing. All right. So continuing, right? Got these Edomites out here. Shit, crazy. Oh shit. So continuing, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world." And there's a semicolon, right? There's a semicolon. So what kind of plagues? The Lord said, He said, the sword, right? Famine, death, and destruction, just like that. All right. So the sword, you're looking at civil war, and then ultimately you're looking at Esau. All right. You know, of course, with the help of these governments coming together to come against the people who don't, I guess, comply with the new ways of living that they're about to put up on the face of the earth very soon. Okay, these new regulations, these new standards, right? There's new ways that you basically everyone got to live by these codes, comply, worship, basically. Okay, and ultimately the first step of that will be that MOTB. Okay, that ultimate form of worship. Once you take that, it's over with. You know, and those who don't take it, it's going to be hell. You know, that's Esau's MO. Right? So you got famines, right? That's what we're starting to see now, right? But it's only going to get worse. Okay, in the next coming weeks, it's gonna get worse, man. All right, and that's gonna lead to what? Death. Okay, the hospital's not gonna have their supplies, grocery stores not gonna have their supplies, the medical field that might respond to emergencies might not even have their supplies. So it's gonna just be a trickle down effect of all hell breaking loose on every asset, every aspect of society. You're gonna have some form of hurting, destruction, pain, suffering. Right, inconvenience. Okay, remember Christine Lagarde, what she said a couple years ago. She said what? People must be ready and prepare for the transition, because it's going to be very painful. That's what she said. Okay, that's what she said. It's going to be a painful transition. Transition for what? From the old world, the old way of doing things, to this new world order. This digital, anarchy, so to speak. All right. So that's where we're heading, okay? And taking food from people's mouth is going to be the next step. This crisis is going to lead all the way into the MOTB, okay? Because now, if you want food, you got to comply. You know, they're destroying the world around you, and then they're doing away with the food processing system, right? I believe there was a chemical plant that just blew up in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's going to send chemicals up in the sky to create another hazard that they got to come out and say, oh, you can't go out, you can't do this because it's affecting this, and now because of the blow up of the chemical plant, look, we're affected by this too. You know? So Esau going to tie everything in to bring in that trouble, that pain, that suffering that the Lord talked about, the sorrows. You know, remember, it talks about the beginning of sorrows. Now we're in the time of the sorrows. You know, the beginning has already passed, right? You get the beginning, you get the middle, you get the end of it. So we're at the stages where it gets into the middle. You know, when that's at the top of the top, the climax. Okay? So death and then what? Destruction. Ultimately, when this place gets taken out, it just leads on to one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. You get to a point where there's nothing left but for it to be destroyed. You know? It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay? So now you know why the Lord is going to bring that pain and that suffering upon this place. It's because the wickedness has reached an all-time high that there's no turning back. There's no other way to go about it. There is no way, right, to salvage this. Okay? It's just a bad accident, and everything and everyone is dead in it. All right, you can't save no lives. There's no need to bring no ambulance to try to say, oh, this person might live. So nah, you're done. Okay, you're done. So that's where we focus. You know, that's the times that we're in. You know, so. Exercise. You know. So, yeah, man. You know, we've done our part. You know, especially the past few months. All right, the Elder Apostle Hart put out an order. He said, yo, put up them MOTB videos on overdrive. Just put them up. And that was the spirit, because typically when that happens, that means whatever we're prophesying about is about to go down. You know, put up them MOTB videos. Put up them MOTB videos, because we're in a time now where they're about to do away with our ability to actually put those videos up. You know, so, hey, strike while the iron is hot. You know, how you doing, bro? You know, put up them videos so that way when the time comes where they take these things down, your job is done. You know, your hands are clean. Your conscience is clear because you know you did what you had to do. You know you did what you had to do. And that's a good feeling. You know, when you're prepared, that's a very good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're about to go to work on a Monday and you take time on Sunday to prepare everything. You got the car cleaned out, ready to go. You know, you got your clothes taken out the night before. You know, your food and everything is prepared, ready to go. When you wake up, you just follow the routine that you already planned in your head in the morning. You know, you leave the house on time, nice and early, right? So when you're driving, it's a nice, cool, smooth drive because you got everything you need. You're prepared. You know, you're not like uncomfortable. You know, sometimes you might leave the house if you're not prepared. You leave the house, you're rushing out the house. You know, you might forget something. You just might not forget something. But it's just like the feeling of uncomfortability, like you're just in a rush. It seems like everyone is driving like crazy now that you're in a rush. It's like, yo, what the fuck? That's uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Yo, drop that stick, man. Let's go. Drop that shit. Let's go. Leave it. Let's go. You know? So that's just the same thing, preparation. You know, those who are being spiritually prepared for what's coming is the elect, the faithful warriors of the Lord. You know, we're going to make it out. We always have, right? We always have. When you go back into history, okay, biblical and secular, the children of Israel who kept the faith in the Lord, they always make it out. You know, except for those who don't know the Lord nor keep their faith in the Lord. It tells you in the book of Judges, right? A couple of the first few chapters, it talks about how after the generation of Joshua, there was a generation that came that didn't know the Lord or the things that he had done for us. You know what I'm saying? So they started bugging out, doing all kinds of wicked ass shit. And that's this generation now. You know, so the Lord sent us out here, the men of old, and brought us in this generation as young men to come and bring you back into remembrance of who the fuck you're dealing with. All right? And you niggas don't want to listen. The God of war, the man of war himself, Exodus 15:3. All right? He's a man of war. The Lord is his name. And we gave you all this. We gave you everything. We gave you his name. We gave you his prophecies, right? His promises, his judgments, his rewards. We gave you everything. All right? And you still have niggas being niggas. They're going to be destroyed, period, man. All right? So the doors of mercy is definitely on its way closing up. All right? If you're not of the elect, you're not going to make it. You are not going to make it, man. All right? And the tone setter is about to begin. The next 3 months, yep, you're going to see some shit, right? October, November, December. 3 more months. We're going to see. All right? We're going to see. So, yeah, man, I'm going to just leave it off there. I just want to pretty much going through the article. We did that, you know, so I'm going to end it off. Lord willing, you're edified and informed. All right, I'll see if I can get back on with another lesson. As the Spirit uttereth, I'm going to just bring it out. You know, but we'll see, man. Just keep watching. You know, keep praying. You know, because remember, the days are evil. You know, the days are definitely evil, man. So, you know, keep your head on the swivel. All right, because at any point we could see some shit that could just change everything just like that, quick. All right, so these things are there, but just keep watching. All right, and as well as pray. Okay, and keep your faith. Keep your faith. All right, so yeah, man. We're gonna close it out. Stay to my right. Stay to my right. There you go. We're gonna close it out there. Lord willing. Morning. Lord willing, you're edified and informed. All right, in closing, I'd like to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rafka Kodash, the water Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, shalom to the elect. Shalom.